Executive Director Phil Houston, Cesar Espinoza, supporters of President-elect Donald Trump, Cristina Rodriguez, and Georgia Brago, along with Texas State Representative Jolanda Jones, who wouldn't ask Trump for a drop of water if her damn head was on fire. Burn, baby, burn.
This is true.
So you saw the earlier interview, and so you're joining us now. Your thoughts about Latinos supporting President-elect Donald Trump?
So sadly, I say, I don't understand, but self-hate is real. And all I know is this. They say they did it for the economy and jobs. They ain't gonna be here for a good economy if there is one, and there ain't gonna be no jobs. They're gonna get deported. They're trying to uncitizen people. There will be no anchor babies. And they said, you know what? We ain't gotta separate your families. You know what we're gonna do? We'll just take all of y'all. Mm-hmm. So I think they signed up for a bill of goods, and Trump is showing exactly who he is now. And I feel really badly for Latinos. However, they chose Trump overwhelmingly. So,
and let's just go over this really quick. Those who may not be in the country illegally, they didn't vote for Trump.
Right. Well,
at least we don't think so, because they're not allowed by law. But you're saying those who are here legally who may have family members that still may be illegal.
Right, but so first of all, I don't believe there's an illegal person, right? So you might be here undocumented, right? As you know,
but you still can't vote.
Right, no, you cannot vote.
Right,
so there are no undocumented people voting for Trump. They didn't vote for Trump, right? The families did. But it's really interesting as I've listened to Latinos speak about it, and I have Latinos in my family. My son is half Latino. My ex-husband is Colombian. And my granddaughter is half Indian. Her mother's from India. Her family's from India. And as I listen, it's just really interesting to me that it's like they played their little white card on election day, and they're about to find out they're people of color.
Oh no, the leopards are eating my face, cries the guy who proudly joined the Leopards Eating Faces party. That's where we are with some Trump supporters, Latino men especially, who are discovering the hard way that the GOP doesn't mean grand old party, but maybe gathering of persecutions. Apparently, some Latino Trump voters are shocked to find that Republicans are openly talking about putting them in camps. Surely they didn't mean me, they said, as they gazed wistfully at their MAGA hats. Spoiler, they absolutely mean you. Meanwhile, patients lament losing benefits after voting for the guy slashing them. A doctor even chimed in, "I'll treat you, but don't expect sympathy when you literally voted for this." Online commenters are roasting this obliviousness like a Thanksgiving turkey. One said, "I'm 33 and grew up in rural Texas. They've always talked like this." Another quipped, "If Jesus came back, a MAGA would probably shoot him at the border and toss him into an unmarked grave." The real kicker? Plenty of Trump fans think they're safe because their racism supposedly aligns with MAGA values. Reality check. If you're not lily-white, Christian, and conservative, you're next in line for the chopping block. A particularly chilling example, a letter in Oregon urging vigilantes to spy on and record license plates of brown folk for eventual deportation, complete with promises of cheap, confiscated homes for white buyers.
Tonight, the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office confirms a racist letter circulating among local leaders. It calls for a, quote, roundup of brown people. The sender is unknown. K2's Tanvi Verma joins us from the live desk with the latest. Tanvi, the Lincoln County Sheriff even put out a statement.
Yeah, they did, right, and they categorically disavowed the content of this letter. They also reminded members of the community that Oregon law actually prevents the sheriff's office from working with the federal government to deport people. Now, I will say we are not going to show the entirety of this letter due to how offensive it is, but we are going to tell you what you need to know. In a letter called the Brown Roundup Part 1, an unknown writer telling leaders in coastal Oregonian communities to track down, quote, brown people and to report them to the federal government next year. It says the, quote, brown people will be sent to jail. The letter sent to the Lincoln County Sheriff, the Lincoln City Mayor, and beyond.
I actually received a copy of that letter in my personal mailbox last week, and didn't know that how wide it was being circulated till yesterday.
I heard about the letter from the mayor of Toledo, and he and his city councilors had received it over the weekend. I went to my post office mailbox on Wednesday and found the same letter.
A retired professor with a specialization in urban studies explaining in part why this letter is so problematic.
There's no concern for whether people are here legally or illegally. It's all based on skin color. And we're not all immigrants. And even if we were, it's very disturbing.
Lincoln County Commissioner Claire Hall condemning the letter with her own words.
Appalled, angry. There aren't enough bad things to say about this kind of anonymous vigilantism that the writer is advocating.
K2 asking leaders why the letter is being sent now. Sheriff Curtis Landers giving our sister station at KVAL his thoughts.
I believe that has something to do with President Trump taking over in January, because the letter referenced basically the largest immigration sweep.
In light of this, we reached out to President-elect Donald Trump's team to ask them if they will condemn the message in this letter. We will keep you updated if we hear back from his team as this letter circulates. Reporting at the live desk, Tanvi Verma, K2 News.
If this sounds like a Nazi flashback, that's because it is. Historical echoes of raiding Jewish homes during the Holocaust aren't subtle here. But hey, racism isn't known for its originality. Adding insult to injury, Trump's poorly educated fan base is being played. MAGA rhetoric blames immigrants for housing shortages, but the real villains? Private equity bros who hoard housing and inflate rents. Even Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy call MAGA supporters dumb while pushing for more H-1B visas to import engineers, just as they work to abolish education systems that could prevent this ignorance. Irony is dead, folks. Violence is escalating too. In Colorado, a man attacked a Pacific Islander journalist after harassing him for 40 miles, screaming, "Are you even a U.S. citizen?" In Trump's America, this kind of vigilante hatred is no longer shocking. It's disturbingly routine. Christian nationalism is also gaining steam, with MAGA pastors calling for bans on non-Christian displays and labeling democratic cities as demonic. The brown shirt mentality is alive and well, with Trump's supporters increasingly willing to do the dirty work of harassment, violence, and suppression themselves. So to all the Latino and minority Trump voters shocked by this turn of events, yes, they're talking about you. Yes, they're coming for you. And yes, the leopards are eating your face. Lesson learned? Probably not. P.S. If you're tired of face-eating leopards, maybe stop inviting them to dinner.